Hello children. Today we will do the third chapter, two stories about flying from the book First Flight. The first story titled His First Flight and the second story titled Black Aeroplane. Today we will do the story His First Flight by Lamb of FLAHERTY. The story is about a young seagull who is afraid to fly. The story goes on to show how eventually he conquers his fear and completes his first flight. So let's see how does he conquer his fear. His first flight. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and sisters had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. Many times he tried, but could not gather enough courage to take his first flight. He did not have confidence. He thought his wings were not strong enough to support him. He was full of pessimism. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. His siblings flew fearlessly with much shorter wings, but he failed to gather courage. He could not trust his wings. His parents tempted him, scolded him, threatened him to let him starve if he did not try to fly. They did all this to make him fly. They thought hunger would make him fly. But despite making countless efforts, his parents could not persuade him to make an attempt to fly. So, the family left him alone. He became sad when he saw his parents perfecting his younger siblings in the art of flying, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. He, in fact, saw his elder brother catch his first fish and devour it, while his parents celebrated it by raising a proud cackle, while they taunted him for being a coward. The young seagull was starving as he could not fly to get his own food. The sun was blazing on his ledge. He felt the heat because he had eaten nothing since the previous nightfall. Now, he tried to gain the attention of his family. So, standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wings, he pretended to sleep. But they took no notice of him. His brothers and sisters were sleeping. His father was cleaning his feathers. Only his mother was looking at him. She was eating a fish. The sight of the food maddened him. He cried, begging her to bring him some food, but he screamed back mockingly. But he didn't give up. He kept crying plaintively, hoping that his mother would give him some food. Just then he saw his mother flying across to him with a fish. He got excited. He uttered a joyful scream. He leaned out eagerly, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. But when she was very close to him, suddenly she stopped. The piece of fish in a beak almost within the reach of his beak. He waited for her to come nearer, and then, maddened by hunger, dived at the fish, forgetting his fear, forgetting that he was afraid of flying. He started falling. He was terrified for a moment, but then realized that he was flying. He cried and screamed, but his wings opened automatically and flapped, and he found himself flying. In this way, the young seagull took his first flight. He went up and down. He was overjoyed and thrilled. He soared high. He forgot that he did not know how to fly. Thus, his mother compelled him to fly by using food as a trap. She diverted his mind from fear to food. As he was landing, he became fearful again. But soon he was at ease, and finally ended his first flight as it touched the green sea. His family landed along with him as a gesture that they were proud of him. The young seagull's family became extremely excited over the successful attempt made by him in taking his first flight. He then went into the sea to attempt floating in the sea. At first, he was afraid and panicked. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wings. But he was tired and weak with hunger, and he could not rise. Exhausted by the strange exercise, his feet sank into the green sea, and then his belly touched it, and he sank no further. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. He had made his first attempt. When they saw him floating comfortably on the surface of the sea, they praised his efforts and offered him scraps of dogfish. It was a family rejoicing. Thus he overcame his fear and realized that fear is all in the mind. So, we see that the story reflects how one hesitates to take the first step. So, what we learn from the story? That one should trust one's abilities. I hope you like the story. Thank you.